From Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, this is Sports Bash, presented by Ticketbash.com. Ticketbash.com, where memories are made affordable and where you'll never pay a service fee. Sports Bash is also presented by Ryan Anthony's Heating and Air Conditioning Service, keeping Long Island warm for over 18 years, serving their customers in Nassau and Suffolk with pride, honesty, and integrity. For more information, visit www.liboilers.com. Sports Bash is brought to you by the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Every customer is considered family at the Embassy Diner. Mention Sports Bash and get a free dessert with your meal. By Living Legends Memorabilia and Collectibles in Rockville Center, Long Island's go-to store for sports, entertainment, and political memorabilia since 1996. They are also available for charity auctions. Give Warren a call at 516-826-4000. Mention Sports Bash and get a free autographed photo. By Bearcat Billing Service, your trusted partner in medical billing. Experience the Bearcat way, personal, professional, and tailored to your needs. Give Gary a call at 516-796-2400 and tell him Sports Bash sent you. By the Marty Lyons Foundation, the official charity of Sports Bash Media. For more information, go to martylyonsfoundation.org. And by Collaborate Studios, a content marketing production facility. For more info, call them at 516-509-8277. Well, hi again, everyone. I'm Peter Schwartz. Thanks for joining us here on the show. 516-465-3990 is the number to call here on Sports Bash. Make sure you're subscribing to the Govs Comedy Club podcast channel on YouTube and follow the Govs Comedy Club podcast page on Facebook. Coming up on the show, I'll be joined by Buffalo Bills Hall of Fame wide receiver Andre Reed, who is the commissioner of the brand new Entertainment Football Association. Tomorrow, Andre Reed is going to be here on Long Island to help launch the Long Island franchise in this new league. So we'll talk to Andre about that, about his beloved Buffalo Bills getting past the wild card round, and they'll host the Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round this weekend. We'll also have the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day, and we're going to be joined by our good friend Warren Heller from Living Legends Memorabilia, one of the great sponsors here of Sports Bash. He's going to give us the Sports Bash Living Legends item of the week. It's still a mystery because he never texted me a picture of the item this week. Maybe that's because I forgot to ask him for it. That could be also. But we'll ask. Warren's in a store, so he'll just be able to go over with his phone and see what the item of the week is at Living Legends. But the other reason that Warren is coming on the show is we're going to solve a mystery, or maybe we'll try to solve a mystery with Warren's help. It's all about this hockey puck that I'm holding up right now. I don't want to give away too much about it, but I'll tell the story later on. And the mystery has to do with this, what looks to be an autographed hockey puck that I'm holding in my hand. We'll talk to Warren about that later on in the show. This segment is presented by the Embassy Diner in Bethpage, where every customer is considered family. The Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Mention Sports Bash and get a free dessert with your meal. I want to get into the NFL playoffs and, a terrific game on Sunday night with Washington advancing to the next round. Last night was not so great of a game, but, Warren from Living Legends is very happy because he is a huge Los Angeles Rams fan, so he's got to be ecstatic over the Rams winning last night. And I want to get into the Jets, head coach and GM search. And we could talk about that a little bit later on, and we certainly want to get your opinion on it at 516-465-3990. And we'll get into both of those subjects later on, and we'll talk to Andre Reed also about his Bills moving on, and that might be the best game of the weekend, is the Bills-Ravens game on Sunday night. You remember earlier this season, the Ravens stomped all over the Bills. I think that game was in Baltimore, but this time it's in Buffalo. And we'll see. And the Bills are operating on all full cylinders right now. So we'll see. That's got potential Sunday night, I think, to be the game of the weekend and maybe one of the best games you'll ever see. That's what I think on Sunday. But I wasn't going to get into this the last couple of weeks, because I've always been of the opinion that these things have a way of working out, and usually for the better. But it's gone on so long, and I can't not comment on what's going on between Optimum and MSG Networks. And this happens all the time with cable systems and channels. It happens all the time. There's always bound to be a dispute. A channel's not on a cable system, or like a channel like an ESPN, for example, might be having a fight with DirecTV. Like, there's always these things that go on. It's just the nature of the business. I mean, it's all about money. It's all about a bottom line where, if you're MSG Networks, you want your product to be on as many outlets as possible, and you want to be able to get as much money as possible. If you're a place like Optimum, you want to carry that channel for the best price you can, so that you don't have to pass, the difference in money down to your customers. And the bottom line is Optimum wants to make money and MSG Networks wants to make money. At the end of the day, in the short term, the fans are the ones who are losing out. Now, the easy solution is for people like myself and my family, if you have Optimum, well, this is what people have been telling me for 2 weeks, just switch. Just switch. Go to Verizon, go to DirecTV, go to all streaming on Hulu or whatever the hell it is. But if you're a creature of habit, you don't want to change. You just don't want to. And my feeling from the start here, as a long-time, loyal Optimum customer, was that I was just going to wait this out. And wait it out, because at some point, cooler heads are going to prevail, and the two sides are going to get together, and they're going to come up with a deal, and MSG will be back on Optimum, and you'll have your Knick games, your Islander games, your Ranger games, and your Devils games. And, and we'll forget that this ever happened. But now it has gotten to the point where MSG is tweeting and putting out social media posts angry at Optimum and calling them the bad guys, and you have, Optimum putting it out that MSG is, the bad guys, and, MSG is like, well, Optimum walked away from the table. And so now the two of them are going back and forth at each other now, and still, I can't watch Islander games. I can't watch Knick games. And, Ranger and Devil fans can't watch their teams right now if you have Optimum. Unless, of course, you've switched, you're going to the game, like I'm going to the game tonight. So the TV doesn't matter tonight. But Saturday night, I'm sitting at home, and the Islanders are playing Utah, and the game is 1-1 in the third period. And the football games are terrible. I'd love to watch the Islander game right now, and I can't. Oh, my son Bradley figured out a way to watch the game. It was illegal. But we figured he found some fakakta illegal streaming service. Tony, are you familiar with those like? I
am, as a matter of fact.
Illegal streams that you can get like any sporting event, right?
Yes.
Right. So he finds this stream, and we're now all of a sudden we're watching the third period of the Islanders-Utah game, and the Islanders wind up winning. Now, it was the Utah broadcasters. We couldn't get Brendan Burke and Butch Goring, but you know what? We got a chance to watch the game. We got a chance to watch the Islanders pull out a great win. But not everybody is willing to go to those lengths to watch their favorite teams. And if you're a creature of habit, you're not going to want to switch to another provider. I can't tell you how many times we've gotten our doorbell is rung or a knock on the door, and it's Verizon. It's some salesman from Verizon that wants you to, that wants, we can get your bill down. We can get, you can pay less money a month for Verizon if you switch. Do you have everything? Do you have your cable and your phone and your internet? Yeah, everything is without them. Oh, we'll save you a ton of money. All right, come on in, have a cup of coffee, sit down at our dining room table, and let's go over everything, right? And then what ultimately happens? We get down to the nitty gritty. They're offering this amazing deal, right? Amazing, whatever. I'm just making up a number, $150 a month for all three. All right, great. Sign me up. Where do I sign up to get my cable, my internet, and my phone for $150 a month. And we sit down and he's doing this, and I'm like, and I'm looking at the guy's his iPad, and I'm like, oh, where's ESPN? Oh, you want ESPN? Oh, you got to get the sports, so you got to go up. Now we're at $175. And then I'm looking, and my wife likes to watch, Bravo and Lifetime and all this stuff. I'm like, where's Bravo and Lifetime? Oh, you want to watch that too? Well, we got to go to this package here. I'm like, what was I going to get for $150? Well, you'd get 2, 4, 7, 9, 11,
And rabbit ears.
And rabbit, yeah. Just stick my finger out the window and I can pull in News 12 Long Island, right? So this $150 bill that I think I'm getting a great deal on now, or I hope I'm getting a great deal, now with that, and everything I asked for now has to go up another tier. And I'm like, that number is more than what I'm paying for Optimum right now. So I dare a local Verizon Fios representative to knock on my door today or tomorrow and tell me that I can get everything that I have at home for less money than I'm currently paying at Optimum. Now, the problem here is with Optimum right now, I can't watch the Islanders and I can't watch the Knicks. And Ranger fans can't watch the Ranger games. And Devil fans can't watch the Devil games. Not only that, Tony, I'm sure you know this too. Optimum dropped Channel 11.
Yes, they did.
And you say, oh, it's only Channel 11. Yeah, but I've watched the Seinfeld episodes for the 5 millionth time. I like Seinfeld. I watch every single episode. Every time it's on, I'll watch it. And, sometimes I like to watch my friend Mark Malusis on the sports show during the week.
I'm sure you like to occasionally check out a Met game.
Well, yeah, my wife and my kids are Met fans.
There you go. Right.
So some Met games are on Channel 11. Now, truth be told, do I think this is going to be settled long before? I do. And that's my end-all, be-all point, is that there's going to be an end game to this, whether it's this week, next week, and by the way, the state attorney general, Letitia James, at the request of MSG Networks, is now involved. And she's going over the whole kit and caboodle. And she is calling upon the two sides to get back together. And it's like a strike. It's like a work stoppage. If one side walks away from the table, you're not getting anything, constructively done. So they've got to get both sides back to the table and come to a resolution on this. Because listen, at some point, if you're telling me now MSG Networks is never coming back to Optimum, or it's going to be months before they come back, well, then you know what? I'm going to have no choice but to either switch to Verizon if I have to and maybe negotiate something with them, or maybe I go to all streaming, which I don't want to do because I don't want to get the alert on my phone that Anders Lee scored his second goal of the game 5 minutes before I see it actually on television. And that has happened before, because if you watch a game on ESPN Plus, and some games are exclusively on ESPN Plus, and you get the automatic alerts, and I forget to turn them off, and we're watching the game, and all of a sudden my phone goes off, oh, Anders Lee just scored. Now, 3 minutes later, it's on my TV, he finally scores, right? See, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work, and I can never remember, to turn the alerts off on my phone. So, my end-all point here is that at the end of the day, the fans constantly get screwed. It happens all the time. It doesn't matter if it's a ticket price increase or $50 to park your car or the congestion pricing now if you want to drive into the city to go see a game, whatever it might be. At the end of the day, the fans always get screwed. And if you're picking sides, and I did a poll question on Sports Bash Media's X/Twitter the other day, like, who do you blame? Do you blame MSG or do you blame Optimum? Or do you blame both? And I think the prevailing thought is that you blame both of them. No one comes out of this looking like a winner or a loser. They both come out looking like losers right now. Both of them. And this is going to happen because this happens every single time you have one of these things, or if you have, a union that has a work stoppage, whether it's in sports with the players and the owners, or if it's with the MTA and like the conductors, whatever, they fight over money, they fight over this, they fight over that. What happens when they come to a resolution? Oh, we're the best of friends. This is great. This is going to be great for everybody. This is going to be great for our customers. This is going to be great for the sports fans. Okay, great. I want to see that. But the Knicks are having a great season. People want to watch the games. The Islanders are hot again. You want to watch the games. The Devils are having a great season. Devil fans want to watch the games. Rangers are starting to bounce back a little bit. The Ranger fans want to watch the games. So, and listen, and Tony mentioned Channel 11 with the Mets. Before you know it, pitchers and catchers are reporting at spring training. And my son Jared pointed this out to me last night about Channel 11. Don't they put a lot of the spring training games on Channel 11? Yeah, they do. SNY, I think, has most of them. But some of them are on Channel 11. And once the season starts, there's usually one game a week that's on Channel 11. Is this really going to last that long? Really? And I'm not blaming either side more than the other. This is both of them needing to work together, because they can both say till the cows come home that we're all about the customer. Well, if you were all about the customer, you would have gotten into a room, locked the door, ordered pizza, and figured this out. Just like any work stoppage. Like you wonder, like when there's a work stoppage in a sport, when they ultimately get to a resolution, what took so long? You wonder what took so long. That's the agreement that you wound up coming up with? And you're telling me right now that there's not a number that satisfies both MSG and Optimum? That if you put that number in front of them, both parties right now, they wouldn't say, yes, let's do it? I mean, look, I think, and I don't want to favor any side, because I don't care who's right and who's wrong. I just want to watch the games. I don't want to switch providers. I don't want to have to go to more streaming stuff. I have enough of it. I already pay for the Disney bundle, pay for Amazon. What else do we have? I think that's what we have at home. I don't have Peacock. I don't want to go down that road. Oh, that's the way of the future. No, I'm 57 years old. I don't want to be able to juggle 18 different remotes in my hand. We were watching the football game Saturday night. I had no idea how to get Amazon on my TV. I said, my wife is Cheryl, can you please find the football game? And she's like, you don't know how to do it? I'm like, no, I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea. There's 2 remotes that you have to work out to get Amazon to watch the stupid football game on Saturday night. So I don't want that to be a regular thing in my life. I don't want it. And I think there's a lot of people like me that don't want it. You want to be able to say, I got the Islander game on, right? I got the Islander game on. You know what? It's in commercial. Let's go see what the Rangers are doing. So we flip down the channel. If you're watching Amazon, like the Yankees are on Amazon once a week, right? So if I'm watching the Yankee game on Amazon, and now my son or my wife wants to say, can you check on the Mets score? Now I got to go this, and this. I got to do like the old Lily Tomlin on television. She's playing operator. I got to take the plugs out of here and plug them in there. Like, I don't want to be bothered with that. No. I like the fact that if I'm out, I can watch a game on my phone. That's pretty cool. But I don't need that at home. I don't need 16 remote controls in front of me and worrying about, oh, the game's on Amazon, you got to go here. Well, the Islanders are on ESPN Plus, you got to go there. Well, I want to check this game. I want to check. No, I don't want that. So I'm calling. You're laughing because I'm right. I'm right. Tony is laughing. He didn't fall off the chair yet like he usually does when I say something funny. But he's about to fall off the chair if I go any further with this. So just, if you're cable, I can't even say cable vision anymore, Optimum and MSG networks, just if Letitia James could just do one thing and just get them into a room, have them agree to mediation, and let's get this done. Let's get it done. Because there's eventually going to be a point where someone like myself, who's an old school cable person, and I'm used to. I know that SNY is 202, and I know that Yes is 201, and I know that MSG is 203, and MSG Plus is 204, and the overflow. If the Islanders are on the overflow channel, it's 206. I know that. I don't want to have to learn the new numbers. I'm stupid. I don't want to learn the new numbers. I don't. So, from a selfish point of view, I need MSG and Optimum, and I know there's a lot of people in my boat too. We need to get them back in the room, get them to the bargaining table, and get the games back on television. It shouldn't be that difficult. It really shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, the fans are the ones who are getting screwed at the end. And this is the last point on this. Remember what happened during the pandemic when there was no sports going on? What did we do to get by? What did you do to get by when there was no games? Because that's basically, if you can't watch the game on TV, like the other night, like in Vegas, the Islanders were winning 4-0. And I tweeted, if the Islanders are having their best game of the year, but I can't watch it, did it really happen? So if there were no games whatsoever, remember in the pandemic, everyone was like, well, what do we do? Well, there's only so many times you can get the Monopoly board out. There's only so many times you can watch a movie at home. You got to get out and do something. And we found other things to do. If you're used to doing something a certain way, the pandemic, if there was one good thing to come out of the pandemic, it was that we all learned as a society that if something was not there that you expected to be there, you can go do something else. Whether it was driving out to Montauk when they finally opened up the Montauk Lighthouse. And they had to wear a mask, but at least it was a date with the family to go out to Montauk. When hockey came back, they were in a bubble. The Islanders were in the playoffs, but they were in Toronto. But we went on a family trip to Lake Placid. Because it was something to do in a time when everything was off. So you know what? If the Islanders are playing and I can't watch them, for now, I'm going to find something else to do. I'll say to my wife, let's go out, let's go to the mall. Let's go take the kids to the movies. You know, Bradley will be back in college soon, so he'll have his own thing going on there anyway. But like, all right, so we'll go see a show. We'll come here to Governor's, go see a comedy show.
Now you're talking.
There you go. See, I knew I woke you up. You were falling asleep there on me. So like, there'll be something else to do. You know, I'll find out what the score of the game is on my phone. So let's just get our asses back in a room and figure out something. 516-465-3990 is the number to call. When we come back, we're expected to be joined by Pro Football Hall of Famer Andre Reed when we come back on Sports Bash right after this. Hi, I'm Peter Schwartz.
And I'm Vinny Tickets.
We want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention Sports Bash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage.
In 1982, the Marty Lyons Foundation began with a single heartfelt mission: to bring moments of joy and hope to critically ill children by granting wishes that make their dreams come true. Since that day, we have touched the lives of over 8,500 families, raising over $43 million to grant wishes that offer a beacon of light in their darkest times. These precious wishes cost an average of $6,700 each, and your support is crucial to our mission. Every donation, big or small, makes a difference. And with 76 cents of every dollar going directly to supporting our families, you can rest assured your support truly changes lives. The Morning Lions Foundation operates 11 chapters in 14 states now, working tirelessly to reach as many children as we can. This dedication goes hand in hand with our commitment to transparency and accountability, earning us top ratings on Charity Navigator, Great Nonprofits, and Candid, which underscores our dedication to those we serve. The Marty Lyons Foundation grants wishes to children ages 3 to 17. And what really makes this foundation so special is our willingness to grant not only a first wish, but also consider a second wish to a child who continues to battle a life-threatening illness. We stand by these children, offering them hope and strength through the power of dreams, giving our children the courage to wish for more.
What's your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life to live in the big house and drive the nice car? No. Your purpose in this life is to make it a little bit better for those that follow and realize that we live for today to see a better tomorrow.
Visit MartyLyonsFoundation.org to learn more and get involved.
Welcome back to Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com and Ryan Anthony Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Peter Schwartz with you. 516-465-3990 is the number to call. We're waiting on Andre Reed, the Pro Football Hall of Famer, who is the commissioner of the brand new Entertainment Football Association. Big press conference tomorrow here on Long Island at Nassau Coliseum to announce the return of arena football to Long Island starting this June in this brand new league. Andre Reed is the commissioner, and we are hoping to hook up with him at some point here during the show before we say goodbye at 2 o'clock. So we hope Andre can hook up with us at some point. I did mention I wanted to talk about the playoffs and what's going on, and I do think that by the way, 516-465-3990 is the number to call. I do think the Bills-Ravens game is going to be the best game of the weekend. To that point, we welcome in former Buffalo Bills great wide receiver and a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and he is the commissioner of the brand new Entertainment Football Association, Andre Reed. Andre, it's Peter. How are you?
Doing good, man. We're here at Katz here in New York City, man. Pretty famous place to get some pastrami and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's always crowded here, I heard.
Can you pick me up a pastrami sandwich and bring it to the press conference tomorrow?
It's gonna cost you, bro.
We'll charge it to Tommy. Yes,
we definitely will.
How about that? Well, first of all, thank you for joining me on the show. I appreciate it. Being a commissioner of a professional football league, when you were a player, I'm sure you didn't always agree with rulings that the commissioner made back at the time. How do you feel about being the commissioner of a football league now?
Put it this way, man. For me, it's a great opportunity to, try to display some of my football prowess on this league and to tell these kids that no matter what the league.
I think we lost connection. So maybe Andre can. Oh, there he is. Is he back? No, he's still frozen in time. We'll get Andre back on in just a moment. We thank him for dialing in. But yeah, Andre Reed is going to be the commissioner of the new league, and we're going to have the big announcement tomorrow at the Coliseum. And Andre Reed is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and I'm sure he is ecstatic at his old team, the Buffalo Bills, moving on in the NFL playoffs. And I do think, as I mentioned before Andre initially joined us, I do believe that Bills-Ravens game is going to be an instant classic. I think you're talking about two dynamic quarterbacks in Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen that will absolutely go to war on Sunday night in Orchard Park. And listen, I think a lot of the playoff games so far have not been great. I don't know if you can point a finger to exactly why, but obviously you had that great game with Washington winning. And I think we have Andre Reed back on the line. Andre, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you, man. When it comes to me, there's a lot of stuff going on. Just want you to know. So,
I got you. I got you. Well, you were talking about your message to the kids playing arena football.
Yeah. Again, opportunity is far few in between in life. These kids' dreams are to play at the big time, no matter, what the rules are going to be. A lot of rule changes in this league, more action, and just opportunity for these guys to show their skills. That's really what our league wants to be about, and we go from there.
In the original arena football, in the old arena football league, it was 8-on-8. There was kicking, there were the rebound nets, and all that stuff. This is going to be a little bit different. No kicking in this league, and it's going to be 7-on-7 with a 20-second play clock, and that's going to make for a very, very exciting brand of football up and down the field, and you really never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and a lot of scoring. Obviously, 7-on-7, it's just going to be passing, and a lot of skill sets. You're going to have to learn how to catch. You got to do all the things you do in the NFL, bottom line. And regardless of who comes in the league, there's going to be players from all over the place. You still, football's football, no matter, at what stage it is. So we're looking forward to it, and, can't wait to get started.
It's going to be 7-on-7, which is interesting to me. It's an interesting concept because a lot of times, and listen, you know this from your storied career, is that a lot of times in practices, NFL teams will run drills that are 7-on-7. There are some high schools now that are strictly playing 7-on-7 football. So what's the dynamic like from you remember of going 7-on-7 in practice and how that would apply to the game?
Well, it's a lot of it's simulation. I mean, when you're a receiver at the top league there, it's a 7-on-7 most of the time. You got to beat your man in front of you. You got to know coverages. You got to know certain situations on the field, down and distance, and what this player is doing, what that player is doing to make you better and make you more confident about what you're doing out there. So still, there's going to be a lot of thinking to go on. You just ain't out there running around like it's a sandlot. But we're looking forward to it and seeing some of these guys. They're catching skills, running routes. Making people miss, all the things that you have to do in the NFL. So it should be good.
We're talking to Andre Reed, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and he's the commissioner of the Entertainment Football Association. When a team on Long Island will launch tomorrow at a press conference at Nassau Coliseum. And Andre, this is a league that's got teams already in Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts. You're on Long Island. Long Island has a rich history of prior arena football with the Dragons for 8 years. Why Long Island? Why was Long Island the right choice for the fourth team?
Well, being here in New York, it's big time here. I mean, everything in New York is big, and even Long Island. And I remember back when I was a kid, remembering watching Dr. J over there at the Coliseum, at the Nassau Coliseum when he was with the Nets.
Yep.
And had a chance to meet him over the years. A couple years ago, I had a chance to meet him. There's nothing like Dr. J. That doesn't matter what sport it is. Again,
and by the way, you'll see his number is hanging in the rafters of the Coliseum.
Oh yeah. I playing Joe Namath's golf tournament every year there at Bethpage, and a couple of the years we were staying there at the hotel across from the Coliseum there, and it's really where the house where Dr. J built. So that's really what the Coliseum is.
I'm sure you are excited about your old team, the Buffalo Bills, getting out of the first round, and now they got the Ravens on Sunday. Talk about this Bills football team and how far do you think they can go? Could they finally be this? Could this finally be the year that the Super Bowl comes to Buffalo?
Yeah, you know what? During the beginning of the year, I was talking to a lot of people on radio and TV, and I said you're going to see the best Bills team in the last 5 years this year. And they all looked at me like I was crazy. I'm not saying I'm not a guru or anything, but the all the magazines and all the people talking about what's the AFC East going to be like this year. The Bills are at the bottom of the barrel. They were with the Patriots down there, so they had Aaron Rodgers and the Jets and Tua and the Miami Dolphins fighting for the division.
Yeah, I'm familiar with those. As a Jets fan, I'm familiar with those predictions that went wrong.
Yeah. I mean, they won seven, 8 games put together. So, this team, I tell you, Josh Allen, who I believe should win the MVP. I mean, Lamar's had a great season. You got the 2 best quarterbacks in the league playing against each other on Sunday. They're both deserving. Lamar's had a great season too. So, They both, they both rely on their quarterbacks. With Baltimore, they got Derrick Henry in the backfield. I mean, there you go. That's a two-headed sword there, double punch for you. But I think Sean McDermott has done the greatest job this year than his previous 8 and 9 years there in Buffalo this year with that team. Losing guys, Diggs and Davis and all the guys they lost, and just putting that team together, and they just been doing a great job of winning and playing complementary football this year.
Do you see the same kind of toughness in Josh Allen that you saw with your former teammate Jim Kelly?
Yeah, the only thing's different is Josh can run a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he's gotten better at passing. I think, from year 1 to year 7 right now, you can see the maturation in him as a player, and all the things that he's done this year has just been phenomenal. You just sit there and watch it and say, what is Josh going to do now? That's the amazing thing about him. And everybody on that team is fed off of him and what he does, which makes it even more special what they've done this year.
How about this matchup with the Ravens Sunday night? I mean, Baltimore spanked them earlier in the season, and now a chance for your former team to get some revenge on Sunday.
Yeah, well, we're at home. Now that's a big plus. And again, how do you stop Lamar? How do you stop Derrick Henry? How do you stop, they've got a pretty good defense. Their head coach, Harbaugh, is such a really good coach. It's going to be a task for them, to beat them at home. And they're probably thinking about that game, the first game where they didn't even show up. And I believe it's going to be a different story this game, but they're going to try to devise a way to slow both of those guys down. And that's going to be a hard thing to do. But everybody's like, well, what do you predict? Of course I predict the Bills will win. What's the score? I don't know. I think it's going to be a 1 turnover game, and 1 turnover I think is going to decide the game.
We'll see. I have 1 more minute left with Andre Reed, former Buffalo Bills great, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but he's the commissioner of the brand new Entertainment Football Association. He's in town for the big press conference tomorrow here on Long Island to introduce the 4th team to this league. What was the reaction from the other markets in getting a team in this league? Because it's not just the football, also it's the pregame tailgate. There's going to be concerts after the game. There's got to be a tremendous amount of excitement from the other markets that are in the league as well.
Yeah, it's a little towns. It isn't Boston. It isn't like having a team like in New York City. It's a small town. That it really have a sense of pride about the game of football and want their own team, and want their own brand of football. And that's what we're bringing. We're bringing a brand, and we're bringing some excitement. We're bringing a lot of pride to their city, and they can feel really good about having their own team and then being a part of the community. And that's the most important thing, is it's a community kind of thing.
How many more touchdowns in your career could you have gotten if you were allowed to go in high motion, going in forward?
About 1,000. No, you know what? Everybody, that's a question I get a lot now. Yeah. It is what it is. The game's a lot different. And I've seen that over the last, 7, 8 years in the league. Is it a passing league? Yeah. One thing that's made a comeback, obviously, to me, the running backs has been devalued supposedly, but what Derrick Henry has done over the past 4 years, what Saquon did this year, I think the running back position is pretty solid. So, it is what it is.
Andre, I can't thank you enough for spending some time with me. Looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at the press conference, working with you in the new league, and thank you again, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you, guys. If you never been to Cats down here, you gotta come down and check out the food here.
I'm very familiar with their work. Very familiar.
Yeah. I'm trying to get on this wall here. I don't know how I'm going to get on the wall. I don't think there's any spots for me, so I'm gonna have to put a picture of myself up there when I do it.
There you go.
Stick it up there.
Well, enjoy it, and have some dessert somewhere in the city while you're there too.
Oh yeah, there's some good places I heard. So we're down here in the Lower East Side. The Lower East Side down here in Rivington here at the hotel. It's pretty nice, but none like New York City, man.
Oh, we'll get you a Long Island bagel tomorrow. How about that?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
There you go. Take care. Andre
Thanks,
Reed.
man. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Andre. Andre Reed, former Buffalo Bill. That was great, wasn't it? former Buffalo Bills great wide receiver and a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the commissioner of the Entertainment Football Association, our guest here on the show, and the Long Island franchise to be unveiled at a press conference tomorrow here on Long Island at Nassau Coliseum. When we come back, still plenty more to come here on Sports Bash until 2 o'clock. We're going to be joined by Warren Heller from Living Legends. We're going to solve the mystery of this hockey puck. We're going to talk about the Living Legends item of the week. We'll have the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day. That's all coming up when Sports Bash returns right after this.
Living Legends memorabilia and collectibles is the best place to find autographed entertainment and sports memorabilia. We guarantee the authenticity of each and every item in our shop to provide you with quality collectibles anytime you browse our inventory. Our memorabilia includes autographed photos, sports equipment, jerseys, hats, and other paraphernalia from current athletes and legendary sports stars. If you prefer the entertainment industry, we have signed posters, albums, and photographs from classic movie stars and today's celebrities. To give back to our community, we participate in fundraising auctions for local charities. Call us today to request a specific autograph, find a special gift for someone else, or schedule an event. Living Legends Memorabilia and Collectibles.
Hi, I'm Peter Schwartz.
And I'm Vinny Tickets.
We want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention Sports Bash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Hi, welcome back to Sports Bash, presented by Ticketbash.com and Ryan Anthony's Heating and Air Conditioning Service. 516-465-3990 is the number to call. I'm Peter Schwartz. Make sure you are subscribing to Govs Comedy Club podcast channel, and also follow Govs Comedy Club podcast Facebook page, and also follow Sports Bash on all of our social media channels, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on X/Twitter. This segment of Sports Bash is presented by Ryan Anthony's Heating and Air Conditioning Service, keeping Long Island warm for over 18 years, serving their customers in Nassau and Suffolk with pride, honesty, and integrity. For more information, visit www.liboilers.com. Normally, at this moment, I would go right into the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day, which is presented by Living Legends Memorabilia. But in light of something that happened in my life yesterday, I wanted to welcome in Warren Heller from Living Legends to join me here on the show. Warren, I'm sure you're a very happy camper with your LA Rams winning last night. Thank you for joining me.
Peter, I couldn't be happier. A, joining you, and B, watching my team's performance last night. I was concerned, but they were dominating. They dominated the Vikings like no team dominated them all year. They played, and they made Sam Darnold look like Sam Darnold of the Jets. I know you're a big Jets fan.
Well, no, he was definitely seeing ghosts last night, that's for sure.
But the Rams' defensive rush was phenomenal. It was their best defensive performance of the year, and they had a very solid first half, but they didn't need much in the second half. They had a couple of field goals, and that was it, because after Verse returned the fumble, the scoop and fumble, that was basically it, because Minnesota just could not get their offense going, and I was thrilled. I was absolutely elated.
Are you confident in round two?
No, I'm not confident. I'm being honest. I think they can win, but after watching the performance that they gave or didn't give when they played the Eagles the first time, when Saquon just ran wild on them, they have to key on him, needless to say. And the Eagles have a lot of weapons, and, you know, the Rams are going to have an equal defensive effort, and Matthew Stafford's going to have to continue without turnovers. He can be susceptible to turnovers at times, but the Rams offense, I mean, when they're in gear between Nakua and Cup, and Cup only had one reception last night, and they still were dominant.
Yeah, it was an amazing dismantling of the Vikings last night. So, but best of luck going forward in the playoffs. I wish I could talk about my team in the playoffs. I'm just talking about GM and head coaching vacancies. So we're going to have to see what winds up happening. But here's the real reason why we wanted to have you on the show today. And I didn't bother asking you for the item of the week because we'll ask you what the item of the week is in just a few moments. But here's what happened to me yesterday. An old friend of mine that used to work for the Islanders and the Dragons, and also back in the day, the Long Island Jaws roller hockey team, he calls me up and he says, I have a bag of stuff for you. He was cleaning out his house, and he's like, he knows how I like to accumulate crap in my house, so he's like, I've got a bag of crap for you. So I meet him, and I get the bag of crap, I take it home, and I'm going through the bag of crap. And in this bag of crap is this, and it was filthy dirty, so I had washed it off and everything like that. So this hockey puck, and I'm looking at the puck, and I'm like, that looks like a 99. And then I'm looking at the autograph, and I'm like, that looks like Wayne Gretzky's autograph. And I have two Wayne Gretzky autographs. I've got a book autographed by Gretzky, and I've got a ticket stub autographed by Gretzky at home that I know is authentic because he signed them right in front of my eyes, so I know that they're real. But I'm looking at this, and I'm like, that looks like Wayne Gretzky's autograph. And I show it to my wife, Cheryl. I said, who do you think this is? And she goes, it's Wayne Gretzky's autograph. I show it to my son, Bradley. He goes, that's Wayne Gretzky's autograph. Jared was in school, so I couldn't show it to him until later at night at dinner time. So I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, well, he gave it to me, so I'm just going to hold on to it. And Cheryl was like, do you think you have to call him up and offer it back to him? And I'm like, I'm just going to hold on to it. Now, I'm at my desk working. I have the puck in front of me. I'm starting to feel guilty about it. So I text the guy back, and I said, look, I don't know if you know this, but there's a hockey puck in that bag, and it looks like it's Wayne Gretzky's autograph. He writes me back and goes, LOL, I was going to tell you, I'm not quite sure it's authentic. Now, remember, he worked for the Islanders, so he was around the Coliseum all the time when Gretzky and the Kings or the Rangers or whoever, would come into town, and I matched it up against other autographs that look. I Googled the autograph. I looked at my own autographs. It certainly looks like Wayne Gretzky's autograph. Then I said to myself, I'm going to have some fun with Warren on the show tomorrow, and I texted you a picture. I bothered you during the Rams game last night. I texted you a picture of it. I said, don't tell me what you think. Hold your thought until tomorrow. I need to know if you think this is an authentic Wayne Gretzky autograph puck. So now that you've heard the whole spiel and you've had a chance to examine the photograph and you can see me holding up the puck, in your expert opinion, Warren Heller from Living Legends in Rockville Center, is this an authentic Wayne Gretzky autographed hockey puck?
It looks to me like it is a rushed version, but yes, it is an authentic Wayne Gretzky autograph puck.
You
did very well.
Outstanding. Now, the fact that I offered it back to my friend and he said, no, keep it, I don't think it's real. What do you think I should do with it now?
I think you should donate it to Living Legends.
No.
I would come to Living Legends and get a case to put it in.
That I will do.
And I would tell you to put it in a very, very nice place because it's only going to go up in value. Wayne Gretzky is the greatest hockey player of all time. Whether Ovechkin beats his record, it's still not going to matter. Gretzky has more assists than anybody else has in points.
Yes.
So, I mean, there is just no comparison. He is a phenomenal specimen, and we will never in our lifetime ever see something like him ever again.
He's probably, every sport is so different. When people say who's the greatest athlete of all time, it's so hard to split hairs because obviously he's the greatest hockey player that I've ever seen. You can make different arguments for the other sports, but there's no question. And Warren also, he's actually a gentleman. He's actually one of those guys that, like, he is so nice to meet. And I don't know if I ever told you this story, but many, many years ago when I worked at Sports Phone, the Kings were on Long Island to play the Islanders at the Coliseum that night. And I'm working during the day. The night before, he was signing his book at Roosevelt Field. So I went to go get his book, got his book signed. The next morning, the guy who does the Islanders radio pregame show calls me up and says, hey, if you go to the skate and you can get an interview with Wayne Gretzky, we'll play it on the Islanders pregame show on radio. So I tell my boss at Sports Phone, can I go cover the skate? I can get, interviews for Sports Phone as well. And I go there, I watch the LA Kings skate. I'm standing in the hallway by the Kings locker room, and Wayne Gretzky walks by, and I said, hey, Wayne, do you have a few minutes for the Islanders pregame show? He said, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I have to go to a power play meeting. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's never going to come back to me. Like, who is this kid to ask Wayne Gretzky for an interview, a one-on-one interview, no less, not even in a scrum, a one-on-one. So he walks away, goes into this room in the bowels of the Coliseum, and I'm leaning up against the wall of the Coliseum, and I'm like, I'm looking up into space, I'm looking up there, I'm looking up here, and I was looking in the wrong direction. All of a sudden, there's a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's Wayne Gretzky. He goes, okay, we have about 10 minutes, let's go. And I did a one-on-one interview with Wayne Gretzky that aired that night on the Islanders pregame show. How cool is that?
Unbelievable. But yes, you're right. He was always gracious when it came to interviews as well as signing autographs. Despite his status, he really, really was down to earth, unlike some of his former teammates. But he was a real gentleman, always was. And I've always appreciated that. When he played for the Rangers, I had people who worked for me who would travel to the street corner where he lived in Manhattan, and he would sign autographs for them outside of his building where he lived. And, that was the type of person he was. And I was always very appreciative of it.
Well, Warren, I can't thank you enough for spending some time and joining me and giving me the great news that you believe that this is an authentic Wayne Gretzky autographed hockey puck. Before I let you go, you have to let everybody know what is the Living Legends item of the week.
Well, I have a phenomenal piece. It's going to be for Ranger fans, not for Islander fans.
That's okay. Equal time here.
I know it is a signed 16 by 20, certified by Steiner, of Mike Richter, Adam Graves, Brian Leach, and Mark Messier, with the Stanley Cup situated right where they're standing. They're all in uniform, and it's signed by all four.
Are you looking at it right now?
I am. If I
so why don't you flip the phone around so we can see it? Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Can you see it?
And yes, we can see it, and you'll take a picture of it and send it to me so we can use it on Thursday's show as well. Warren, thank you so much. Thank you for the great news about the puck. L'Shana Tova, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. And
let's just all pray for my Rams on Sunday against the Eagles. I will be in Pittsburgh watching it with my grandchildren, and I just look forward to the game, and hopefully it'll be a lot more entertaining than the last time they played the Eagles.
Absolutely. Warren, thank you, my friend. Love you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Stay well. We'll see you soon. Be
well. You got it. Bye-bye. Take care. That was fantastic news. Isn't that great? That's like the best news. And I've had some good things go on today, some not so good things go on today. But this was a good thing that happened today. So we're very happy about that. And now I have to make the decision, and I'll bring Tony in on this. Now that Warren believes, and Warren is like one of the best in the business when it comes to the memorabilia, do I offer this back to my friend or do I keep it? He told me to keep it.
He told you to keep it.
Yeah.
I would. No, I think you did the right thing there.
I'm free of any obligation.
Yes, I would say so.
And I did the legwork to see if it was authentic or not.
Absolutely right.
All right. Well, as much as I love Warren for giving me the good news, Living Legends is not getting it. It's going to go into a case and will be displayed prominently in the Schwartz household. How about that?
Where it belongs.
Where it belongs. Absolutely. We'll see. Well, there you go. That was good news for today. Speaking of Living Legends, it's time for the Sports Bash Media Poll Question of the Day. It's presented by Living Legends Memorabilia and Collectibles in Rockville Center, Long Island's go-to store for sports, entertainment, and political memorabilia since 1996. They're also available for charity auctions. Give Warren a call at 516-826-4000. Here is the question. Hey, Knick fans, are you concerned about the team's recent play? Very concerned, a little concerned, not concerned at all. That was a bad loss to the Pistons last night. How do you lose at home to the Pistons? My God. That's like the Chiefs. Well, the Knicks aren't the best team in the league. I'm just saying that's like I don't even know what to compare that to. The Pistons stink, and you lost at home to the Pistons. That was the second bad home loss the Knicks have had this year to a real crappy team. I mean, they lost to Orlando last week at home. Come on. So very concerned, a little concerned, not concerned at all. I got to tell you, I'm a little concerned. I think I would go with a little concerned. Not very concerned because it's an 82-game season and you go through the peaks and valleys, but I'm going to say a little concerned. So go on the Sports Bash Media X/Twitter page and vote, and you'll see the results tomorrow. Coming up on Thursday's show, we're going to play Stump the Wiz. Wiz is in a rut. He has been stumped the last couple of weeks. Yes. He's got to get back on track. I have the question. The question has been submitted. So we'll see if he can get back on track. Now, I'll give you a little sneak peek to the question. There's 6 answers to the question. It's like you have to list a number of people, and I don't think he's going to get all 6 of them. So do I have to make him name all 6, or do we say you have to name 4 out of the 6?
I'm kind of leaning towards the 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
Throw him a bone a little bit.
I think and it's the new year. Maybe I need to be a little nicer to him.
Well, no.
Then in that case, make him answer all 6 then. You can't say do 4 out of 6 and I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and be nice to the guy. And then 5 out of 6?
5 out of 6.
5 out of 6. Yeah, 6 out of 6. I got to see what kind of mood I'm in on Thursday. We'll see how this press conference goes tomorrow at Nassau Coliseum, which you're going to be in attendance for.
I am. I'm very excited. Thank you very much.
We're going to have some food and drinks for you there, too.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you're a member of the media or a local business owner and you still want to come, you just DM me on social media and we'll try and get you in. I gave you the football, right? You got the football?
I do. I have it.
Make sure you bring that to Andre Reed. And there's actually going to be some former Jets players that are going to be there. In fact, somebody is calling my phone right now, I think, that wants to come. He's a local Long Island business owner.
Oh, very nice.
But I can't answer the phone right now because I'm on the air. But we're going to have some fun tomorrow. Andre Reed, former Jets are going to be there. I do believe a couple of former Dragons are going to be in attendance. We're working on that as well. So it's going to be a fun afternoon at Nassau Coliseum tomorrow. That will do it for this edition of Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com and Ryan Anthony's Heating and Air Conditioning Service. Thanks to my guest, Andre Reed, who I will break bread with and see tomorrow at Nassau Coliseum. So we will see him there tomorrow. Also, thanks to the guy to my right, Tony Walker, for hitting all the right buttons and doing whatever else he does there to my right. And everybody else here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Sports Bash is presented by TicketBash.com and Ryan Anthony's Heating Service. Sports Bash is sponsored by the Embassy Diner in Bethpage, by Living Legends Memorabilia, by Bearcat Building Service, the Marty Lyons Foundation, and Collaborate Studios. For our entire crew of just 2 of us today, I'm Peter Schwartz saying thank you for watching. Sports Bash returns Thursday at 1 o'clock.